Every night, your body runs a cleanup program. Damaged cells get recycled, stored fat gets burned for fuel, hormones reset, your brain detoxifies. But most people shut this program down before it even starts. Not because they eat junk food, not because they skip the gym. They make one simple mistake between dinner and bedtime that tells their body, stay in storage mode, don't repair, don't burn fat, just survive. The mistake? It has nothing to do with calories. It's about timing, about light, about temperature, about stress hormones that should be dropping but stay elevated all night long. Tonight, I'm showing you a science-backed bedtime protocol tested in labs at Johns Hopkins, Massachusetts General Hospital and published in journals like Diabetes and Cell Metabolism. This isn't theory. This is how your body actually works when you stop blocking it. Eating within 3 hours of bedtime creates a metabolic disaster inside your body, not because of what you eat, but because of when you eat. Here's what happens. Your insulin sensitivity crashes at night. Your body runs on a 24-hour internal clock that controls when hormones are released. After the sun sets, this clock shifts your metabolism from processing mode to repair mode. But eating late disrupts this entire system. Research from Massachusetts General Hospital, published in Diabetes Care, tested 845 people eating the same meal at different times. When they ate dinner 1 hour before bed versus 4 hours before bed, their melatonin levels were 3.5 times higher. The late dinner timing resulted in significantly lower insulin levels and higher blood sugar levels. Why does this matter? After sunset, your brain starts producing melatonin to prepare you for sleep. But when melatonin is high and you eat carbohydrates, your pancreas can't release enough insulin to handle the glucose properly. The result? Blood sugar stays elevated for hours, and your body stores those calories as fat instead of burning them. A randomized study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism compared people eating dinner at 6 p.m. versus 10 p.m. Same calories, same food, different timing. The late eaters showed reduced fat burning overnight and increased glucose storage as fat. Why? Because your metabolic rate naturally drops during sleep. When you add digestion on top of that, you're using energy to process food instead of burning stored fat. Your body has to choose, digest food or repair cells. It can't do both efficiently. Research shows that eating late forces your body into digestion mode when it should be in repair mode. Insulin stays elevated, fat burning gets blocked. Growth hormone, the hormone that repairs muscle, builds bone, and burns fat, gets suppressed. Growth hormone is released primarily during deep sleep, specifically during the first few hours after you fall asleep. Research published in the Journal of Clinical Investigation found that plasma growth hormone peaks lasting 1.5 to 3.5 hours appear with the onset of deep sleep. This hormone surge is essential for tissue repair, fat metabolism, and muscle preservation. But when you eat late, elevated insulin blocks this growth hormone release. A study from Johns Hopkins found that people with type 2 diabetes who had dinner immediately before bed showed significantly worse blood sugar control compared to those who finished eating 3 to 4 hours before sleep. Here's the protocol. Stop eating at least 3 to 4 hours before bed. If you sleep at 10 p.m., your last bite should be by 6 or 7 p.m. One trick that works: brush your teeth right after dinner. When a craving hits at 9 p.m., you'll think twice because you don't want to brush again. What happens when you follow this? Insulin drops overnight. Your body switches from storage mode to burning mode. Growth hormone gets released during deep sleep instead of being suppressed. You wake up less bloated, more energized, with a flatter stomach. Cortisol should be high in the morning and low at night. For most people, it's backwards. They're stressed at night when cortisol should be dropping. When cortisol stays elevated at night, it raises your blood sugar even if you haven't eaten. Your liver starts dumping stored glucose into your bloodstream because cortisol signals threat. This spike triggers insulin release, which shuts down fat burning. But here's the bigger problem. Cortisol specifically targets belly fat. Research published in Obesity shows that abdominal adipose tissue has significantly more glucocorticoid receptors than other fat depots. A study in psychosomatic medicine found that women with central fat distribution had consistently greater cortisol secretion in response to stress. Visceral fat, the dangerous fat around your organs, has more cortisol receptor sites than subcutaneous fat under your skin. This is why chronic stress creates cortisol belly. When cortisol binds to these receptors, it changes how fat cells store and release energy, favoring accumulation in the midsection. Research from Yale University confirmed this connection between stress-induced cortisol and abdominal fat accumulation. A 2025 review published in Stress and Health analyzed 30 studies on breathing techniques. The findings? Slow, nasal, diaphragmatic breathing significantly improves vagal tone, enhances parasympathetic activity, and reduces cortisol, anxiety, and stress. Here's the protocol. 10 minutes before bed, sit or lie down. Breathe in slowly through your nose for 4 seconds. Exhale through your nose for 6 seconds. Repeat for 10 minutes. Why does this work? Slow breathing activates your vagus nerve, the main pathway of your parasympathetic nervous system. This is your rest and digest mode. Research published in Scientific Reports found that breath work significantly lowers stress and anxiety. Studies measuring heart rate variability show that slow breathing at 6 breaths per minute can boost parasympathetic activity by up to 40%. When you breathe slowly with longer exhalations, you signal your vagus nerve that there's no threat. Cortisol drops. A study published in the journal Physiology and Behavior found that participants performing slow, diaphragmatic breathing showed significant reductions in cortisol levels. Pair this with gratitude. Research from UC Davis found that people who practiced gratitude before bed had lower cortisol and better sleep quality. Gratitude triggers oxytocin release, which counters cortisol. While breathing, think of 3 things you're grateful for. This isn't abstract, it's biochemistry. Melatonin isn't just for sleep. It's a metabolic hormone that protects your mitochondria, the energy factories in every cell. When mitochondria are damaged by oxidative stress, you age faster, feel more tired, and your metabolism slows. Melatonin acts as a powerful antioxidant that shields these cellular powerhouses from damage. You produce more melatonin in your gut than in your brain. In fact, every mitochondria in your body produces melatonin, except red blood cells. This tells you melatonin is critical for overall metabolic health, not just sleep. It buffers oxidative stress, lowers inflammation, and directly impacts how your cells produce energy. But artificial light after sunset suppresses melatonin production. Research from Harvard Medical School found that even dim light in your bedroom can cut melatonin levels by up to 50%. When melatonin drops, insulin resistance increases. Your hunger hormones get dysregulated. You crave more food, especially carbs and sugar, the next day. Your circadian rhythm gets disrupted. A study in cell metabolism found that people exposed to bright light at night had significantly higher insulin levels and gained more weight over time with the same calorie intake. Light at night tells your body it's still daytime, so fat burning never fully activates. The protocol: after sunset, no overhead white lights. Use dim, warm lamps if needed. Wear blue light blocking glasses. Studies show blocking blue light in the evening helps restore natural melatonin production. Make your bedroom completely dark. blackout curtains, no glowing alarm clocks, no phone charging lights. Think of your bedroom as a sleep cave, cool, dark, quiet. Research consistently shows darker sleeping environments improve deep sleep quality and metabolic function. Your body needs to cool down to enter deep sleep. Your core temperature must drop 1 to 2 degrees to trigger growth hormone release and maximize fat burning. If your bedroom is too warm, this temperature drop doesn't happen efficiently. The National Sleep Foundation recommends bedroom temperature between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Here is why cooler temperatures matter. When you sleep in a cooler environment, your body activates brown adipose tissue, brown fat. Unlike white fat that stores energy, brown fat burns energy to generate heat. A study published in the journal Diabetes tested men sleeping in climate-controlled rooms for 4 months. After sleeping in a 66-degree room for 1 month, subjects had 42% more brown fat and showed 10% increased fat metabolic activity. Their insulin sensitivity improved dramatically. The researchers tested warmer temperatures, 75 and 81 degrees. At those temperatures, all metabolic improvements disappeared. The men actually had less brown fat than before. Research from the National Institutes of Health found that sleeping in a 66-degree room increased brown fat activity and improved glucose metabolism after 1 month. You burn more calories while sleeping just by adjusting your thermostat. Set your bedroom between 65 and 67 degrees. Can't control temperature? Get cooling sheets or a mattress pad. Use a fan. Make your sleep environment feel like a cave, dark, cold, quiet.
Now, the sabotages that destroy sleep quality and fat loss every night. First, alcohol. People say wine helps them relax. Maybe, but it wrecks sleep quality. A study in alcoholism clinical and experimental research found that moderate alcohol before bed reduces sleep quality by up to 24%. Alcohol suppresses REM sleep and deep sleep, the stages where your brain detoxifies and your body repairs. Second, late workouts. When you exercise too close to bedtime, especially high intensity, your body temperature rises, heart rate stays elevated, cortisol spikes. These are opposite of what you need for deep sleep. Give yourself 3 to 4 hours between your last workout and bed. Third, screens and social media. Scrolling before bed keeps your brain hyper alert. Content triggers emotional reactions, spiking cortisol and dopamine. Plus, blue light from screens suppresses melatonin more than overhead lights. Set a phone curfew. 1 hour before bed, put your phone away. Read, journal, do something calming. Fourth, late night snacking. Your body doesn't care if it's healthy food. Digestion blocks fat burning and disrupts sleep. Close the kitchen 4 hours before bed.
Isn't it all about calories? Calories matter, but timing changes how your body processes them. Research shows eating 2,000 calories at 6 p.m. versus 10 p.m. produces completely different metabolic responses. Late-night calories get stored as fat more easily because insulin sensitivity is lower at night. Will this work if I'm over 40? Absolutely. This becomes more important as you age. After 40, growth hormone declines, insulin sensitivity decreases, sleep quality worsens. This protocol addresses all three. For postmenopausal women, the cooling bedroom and cortisol management are especially powerful. Do I need melatonin supplements? Not necessarily. This protocol boosts melatonin naturally. Darkness, reduced stress, proper timing. If you want to supplement occasionally, fine. Don't rely on it long-term without fixing root causes. I wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. wired. Why? Cortisol and blood sugar crash. Your body runs out of glycogen, cortisol spikes to raise blood sugar, wakes you up. Short-term fix, teaspoon of raw honey with sea salt when you wake. Keep lights off. This stabilizes blood sugar. Long-term fix, eat enough carbs earlier and manage stress better. How long for results? Better sleep in 3 to 5 days. Less bloating and more energy in 7 to 10 days. Visible fat loss in 2 to 4 weeks. 4 hours before bed. Last bite of food. Close kitchen. Brush teeth. 2 hours before bed. Dim lights. Blue light glasses if needed. Turn off screens. 1 hour before bed. Set thermostat to 65 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Make room dark. Blackout curtains, no glowing lights. 10 minutes before bed, sit quietly. Slow nasal breathing. 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out. Think of 3 things you're grateful for. In bed, room dark, cold, quiet. No phone, no TV, just rest. That's it. Simple, effective, science-backed. If this helped, hit like and comment below. What's the one habit you're starting tonight? If you know someone struggling with sleep, fat loss, or low energy, share this. Sometimes people need a reminder their body isn't broken. It just needs the right support. Thank you for being here. Sleep is the foundation. Fix it and everything else gets easier.